intermediate?
No, I think it was her.
It's such a big difference in the intermediates. I was definitely driving better than anyone out there. There's a huge difference between intermediate and advanced.
Yeah. Well, it's probably like the hockey skill levels I'm used to. It's a huge difference from one to the next each time. Even being at the top of, one and then going up into the bottom, being the bottom of the next is a huge difference.
Huge difference?
Yeah.
It's
I'm sure this is the same thing.
There's a Miata that didn't make it from the weekend.
I was going to say, that one's just kind of hanging out there, huh?
Well, the track's usually not ripped up like this.
Oh.
Like, as soon as you get off the track, all the ruts and the dirt.
Yeah.
Because there's rain this weekend, they had a drifting competition here. So they drift off the edge of the track and just burn up holes.
Oh, yeah, their ass end is hanging off the asphalt the whole weekend.
And they usually fix it, but we had a track day like right after, so they bring dirt out and they fix it.
Didn't have the chance.
Because you don't want to go off the track and catch a rut.
Yes.
Sideways, because then you roll.
Yeah. Yep. No, I hear that. What are we doing?
I still have a blast every time I do this. And the nice thing about being an instructor, it forces me to get away from work.
Well, like you said, scheduled time away. You don't bend. What is this year? How many seasons have you had this car?
This is my second season with this car.
Yeah, okay. And were you out driving before you got the car, or did you kind of like do it all at once?
No, I started off in my Acura, then I took my Lexus out a few times.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
And then I had a Ford Focus. And then I melted the brakes in the Ford Focus, and I said, I'm just going to get a real track car.
Just going to do it. And see, I've spent a lot of time walking around and looking at cars today, and I'll be honest, I'm not interested in building something.
Right, exactly.
I'm just not. It's not really what I want to do.
Right.
I'm not serious enough to want to, have a car always being built in the garage.
Most of these cars that are built, they're giving me passes anyways.
Well, yeah.
I'm faster than most of them.
And that isn't even, well, at least not yet, that's not even a thing, I don't care about being the fastest. I want to go out in my street car and enjoy it for an afternoon. Yeah, and that's sufficient for me.
That's why this is like the perfect car for me. It's magnetic suspension, so I put this in touring mode. The suspension's way softer, the steering gets real loose.
Yeah.
And the whole car changes.
It's amazing what they can
exhaust
do.
Goes super quiet.
It's amazing what they do.
Start to lose it right there. Al Student is very slow today.
Yeah. My old boss is like, yeah, I hear pound for pound an MX-5 is a good way to go. So I see a couple of them out here. story of like what's happening inside the car.
Right.
It's violent in here.
It is.
I'm gonna have a bruise on my knee from just like stabilizing myself against this kick panel here.
And this does like 1.3 lateral G's before it breaks loose. Those F1 cars are like 4 and 5 G's before they break.
I mean, I can feel myself like racing against it, like in my core.
Yeah, this will be good for your core muscles.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie.
Too hot, too hot, too hot, too hot.
Too much.
Too much. Thought we were going off road there.
Have you in this car?
Once. I tried a different approach on a corner. I gave it too hot. But like, notice what I did there. I wasn't steering. As soon as I knew I was coming in too fast, I kept the car straight with the brake pedal to the floor to get the most braking I could.
Just to not mess more up than you had to.
Right, because I started steering, I'm going to lose brake.
Yeah.
So coming in too hot, it's like straight brake, do not turn. You want to scrub the speed before you start turning. So then you just go straight off the track. And you
Cause
roll.
less damage and no rolling and all that.
Yes. It takes a while to like just get all this stuff so it's intuitive.
Yeah. God damn. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's violent.
It is super violent.
I've never had a car that had brakes like this.
Oh man.
Last novice session of the day, most students are too tired to go out.
Yeah,
So I run this session, I usually have the track more or less to myself.
sure. And I can see there's almost nobody here. Just a couple. Is that him waving you off?
No, he's just letting me know that he sees me.
Yeah, got it. Found some bugs out here today.
That was rubber.
Oh, well, the last
Oh,
one,
yeah.
but I see bugs too, yeah.
There's definitely bugs out here too. So there's a line where you can start out wide and take the first two wide and then dip in.
Yeah.
So I was taking the first two wide, I came in too hot and I went right off the track. The fact that there's no brake fade is unbelievable.
Zero, huh?
I don't know how I feel about it, but I do my own brake work. That's intense.
Ooh.
You have to feel these tires when you get off the track.
traffic jam. I think I am. I think so. There was only like 4 times I was convinced we were at least going off the track, if not a full-on crash somehow. Only like 4 times.
That's awesome. No, but my dad went out to Bob Bondurant when I was like 15. He did like a 3-day course, right?
Uh-huh.
And he really hasn't driven with me. I mean, just around town. So when I got him out of the track, I'm like, take a seat. He was like, holy crap. It's like, you know how to drive. You're like a professional race car driver. I'm like, yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Actually, what I do is I teach race car drivers to drive race cars, pretty much. Yeah, it's cool when there's this moment with your father where it's like, wow, you really know how to do something, whatever it is.
Right. Yeah, it is.
Because praise from fathers can be tough.
Yeah. Yeah, he was legitimately like, he's like, I've never been with someone that can drive like that. I'm like, well, neither have I, Dad. I forgot to hit. I did it this time, the mark finish line, and then when you replay it, it does a lap time for you. The one thing I want is a little standalone lap timer.
Oh wait, so there's something this car doesn't have?
Yeah, you gotta wait, but like to have it on your dash where you can see like,
Yeah.
what I hit that lap, what am I hitting this next lap?
Right.
It tells you if you're ahead or behind.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
But it's like $400 for this little thing.
Oh, no
Like,
kidding. Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I won't lie, like, because we came out for the advance when I first got here, and we met up, and then I stayed in the car for the student session, and I don't know what it was or where I looked or what I did. About halfway through the student session, I was like, "Ooh, I'm a little queasy."
Really?
I mean, I was okay, but I was like, "No, I need to make sure that I'm focusing my eyes on where we're going." I don't know what for a moment, I let myself look around a little too much.
Oh yeah.
And when you're even in the students, you're doing these turns and stuff. It can get a little weird on you.
Yeah, and I think like it costs them about $3,000 to rent this track with the crew, the fire truck, the ambulance, and the concession area. It's about $3,000, and then they just take sign-ups, and it's a break-even club. They basically break even every year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you felt there was times we were gonna not make it. That means that was fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we our first couple laps when we first got in the car, I was like, well, okay, so this is what we're gonna do, and you know, and so then, you know, next time in the car, I kind of sort of know, I have an idea what to expect, but then you went further and harder. So,
and I get more comfortable as the day goes on too.
sure.
I get warmed up, my reflexes get better.
Yeah.
I start to feel the car, the tires
feel
get
the road.
hot.
You get yourself in tune with the conditions and what that means to handling, probably.
I get my groove, and then I'm like unstoppable.
Well, I liken it a little bit to, you know, to skiing.
Yeah.
You know, first couple times down, it's a little bit of a tune-up run, and I'm trying to feel out the conditions and how do my skis feel? How do my boots feel? Is everything snapped in right? And then late in the day, you start to wind it up. It totally makes sense. Yeah, this is a cool track too. It's a cool place.
This is one of the best tracks for learning. It's renowned even in the country as like one of the best tracks to learn on. It's a very awesome track to learn the sport on because you don't have really off-camber turns. You don't have hills with no visibility. You can see.
Well, there's a couple of spots that It seems like the visibility disappears from you, but it's not super severe. And if you know the track, then you know that it's right there. There's this first turn here is a little dicey. It's a short brake zone, and it does kind of dip away a little.
Yeah.
But you probably see this thing in your sleep, I'm sure by now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I got so many hours on this track.
Yeah.
When I drive other tracks, I'm not quite this aggressive.
Right. Just because of familiarity, probably, right?
Right. It's my home track. I make it look easy because I've got 5 years, right?
Oh God, you go back 5 years.
I've been running this track for 5 years. So I've probably been out like